What's going on, ladies and gents? Got a new video for you here today. Now, as you know, I go fishing a lot on my kayak, and to anchor off, where I tie my anchor is actually right here where my seat is connected. And the only issue with that is there's no other place to tie off my kayak except for right here. So it's either right here, which is in the middle of the kayak, or a little bit towards the back. Now, couple issues with that. One is when you anchor on the side of the kayak like that, like right there in the middle, you can't face the direction you want to face. So let's say the current is coming from behind me, moving past me. If I'm going to anchor off on the side of the kayak, then the current is going to pull us sideways, and the current is going to be hitting us from our side, which is a very annoying way to fish. It's because you want to fish. When you're thinking about fishing a moving tide, you want to bring your bait towards the fish's face, right? And so that means you want to set your kayak up to be behind them. So you need to be able to anchor from the front if the current is moving past you. Is that right? No, if the current is moving towards you, you want to be able to anchor in the front so that you can cast past the fish and reel it towards them. And if I'm anchoring from the back of the kayak, then that means that the current is moving past me. Then I'm throwing it towards the fish as opposed to past them. So you don't want to be reeling it from tail to head. You want to be reeling it towards their head, in front of them, not from behind them. And so that's a good way to spook them if you do it the opposite way, which is the only way that I can do it, the way that I'm anchored. I like to fish the moving tides because they produce the most. And so I need to be able to anchor from the front. And right now I don't have a way to do that. So what we've got here is, I got me a new drill. I won't bore you with the scenario, but I've always had this battery, but it belongs to a saw that I had. And the drill that I had came with a completely different battery, completely different brand, no universal chargers, blah, blah, blah. So I got something that's gonna work. We're gonna use this. I got some pad eyes and some stainless steel screws, and this is the ring that my anchor is going to tie to. And then I got more screws in here that I thought I was going to need, but I don't, because I already had these and I forgot. So we are going to put a pad eye in the front. We're going to put a pad eye probably just past this so I can get a little bit back. I'm going to remove this because I never use it. This is what holds my paddle in place. I never use it, and I didn't do a good job installing it, so we'll take it off. And so the idea is, you've got this ring. We're going to tie one side of the rope on here, one side of the rope right there, anchor line at the bottom, and then we're going to thread the rope before we tie the anchor to that little ring right there. We're going to thread the rope through both pad eyes from front to back. I'm going to show you all this so that when I pull the line, I can move the anchor either to the front of the kayak or to the back of the kayak. So long-winded explanation. If you stuck through it that long, we're going to actually do it right now. Like, subscribe, let's get started. All right, first thing we have to do is take this off because I don't ever use it. So, and that's why you use stainless steel screws. I've taken this thing into the salt water a lot, and these screws are still awesome. I am going to need to plug these holes, but let's just get these out of here in the meantime. We will keep this for something else, but we don't need it on the kayak, so we'll fill this at some point. But now we need to install our pad eyes. All right, so here is what we are going to use. Okay, we just need two, one up front, one all the way to the back. If I need to do something in the middle just to keep the rope in control and not continuing to want to come up over the side of the kayak, then I'll install a new one in the future. But for right now, this one is going to work just fine. And so Ozark Trail stainless steel eye straps, that's what we're going to use. Now the next step is we're going to need to pre-drill a hole in the side of the kayak so that our screws will go in a little easier. And so we have to find something that is not exactly the size of this hole, but something just smaller than, because we do want the screw to have some plastic to grip onto. So we are going to go through our drill bits here and find out which one will fit the best. Another hack that you can do just to get the grip that you want is, you can see the teeth on the screw. I mean, this is a GoPro, so it's not going to zoom in, but if I use a bigger drill bit and I set it there, you don't see a lot of the teeth hardly stick out on the other side. A little bit, but not a lot. But if I use the smaller one, it's almost the width of the screw, and you can still see the teeth on either side. And so that tells me that this will get us a good enough starting hole, but it won't be wide enough that this won't grip the plastic and give us a good seal. So that's really what we want. So I think this smaller bit is going to be the winner. All right, so ignore my background. But it's looking like right here may be the best. Oh crap. Yeah, that baby's in there. One down, one to go. Yeah. Guys, Harbor Freight, can't beat it. This was like 15 bucks, I think. Easy. Let's go. All right, so now what we need to do is run the trolley part of the anchoring system, or at least the rope that we're going to use for that part. And so what I got right here, also from Harbor Freight, is diamond braid polypropylene rope, whatever that means. So this is what I got, and it is, how many feet is this? 50 feet. So you got 50 feet, 50 feet, 50 feet, goodness gracious. And that's what we're gonna use to thread through this eye all the way to that eye. That was it, found it. And through there it goes. And we are to carry it all the way to that one. Oop, that one. Pull it back this way. All right, so what I want is kind of a halfway point. So there's the halfway point. We're a little past it, but that's okay. And then we are going to get our rope. Let's stretch this to about there. Let's say that much. So we're gonna cut about right there. There we go. Oop, I dropped the wrong cord. There we go. So now we've got enough. Oh goodness. We've got enough to play with for our little ring that we're gonna put right there in the middle between these. So let's grab our ring and tie that on. Okay. So I just like to do the old like so. And that's all she wrote. I don't need it to be hyper tight because it's literally just meant to hold this when I pull it back and forth. So grab my other side. There we go. Put it in. I wrap it around like twice. Alright, wrap it around like twice. Bring it back down through this first loop. Give her a tuggy tug. Like so. And there you go. So this has got a lot more slack than I care to have in it. I like it to be a little tighter, but that's okay. We could always just pull on these, loosen up the knot and tighten it a little bit. So we're going to adjust it a couple times, and then I'll bring you back when we put the anchor on. Because remember, when I anchor and we're being pulled, you know, whatever the slack on this is kind of going to be how far away it pulls from the boat when it finally sets. So in terms of like the whole system itself, okay, that's kind of exactly where I want it. All right, so I want to keep this kind of right here. So I think this is going to work perfect. I've got this little cleat that I've had for a long time and haven't used. I think that is going to help me keep the rope manageable. Got some longer stainless steel screws, and so we are just going to go for it. Going the wrong way. There we go. Alright. That will work. That will work right there. There we go. Alright, so here's my anchor. Here's what it's tied to. And it's a lot of rope. A lot. So we're going to tie it on here with a very, very simple knot. We're just gonna go around maybe twice, go back up through my little loopy loop here, and tighten up like so. There we go. There we go. Alright, so that is not coming off. So now, when we do the anchor system, alright, when we need to anchor, if I'm sitting in a kayak, if I want the anchor in front so that the current's coming this way and I want to face it, all I have to do is pull that rope. There we go. So I'll drop it as I drift back, or if I don't want all of this line to go out, I'll literally just tie it off, and my anchor line is however much I adjust it to. Then if I want to move it to the back, then I just push the rope away from it. The ring goes to the back, pulling the anchor to the back of the kayak. And then if I want it in the middle, which almost never happens unless I'm in stagnant water, then that is how I would do that. Anchoring system complete. So you don't have to spend probably $15. You don't have to spend $30 on all these fancy pulley systems. You just get some stainless screws. You get 2 or 3 pad eyes. I probably could use 3. I got this rope, nylon rope from Harbor Freight. I got a pack of 2 rings at Home Depot for $3. And then of course your anchor and then rope to tie to your ring. And so I would argue that this is way less than $30, and it works just as good. And you'll always have extra pad eyes, extra rope. If you break that trolley, you know, the $30, $40 trolley, you break that, you're done for. They don't sell like individual replacement pieces. So, and if they do, it's still gonna be at a higher cost than the one that I just built for a super fraction of the cost. Guys, and that is it. Built the trolley system. So we are going to try this out. If you live in Florida, you know that we have been getting vicious lightning, severe thunderstorms here, especially in the area that I'm in. We've had them for 5 days in a row now. It's not raining right now, but I didn't go out, obviously, because I was doing this video for you guys. We're gonna try and go out tomorrow. Actually, maybe not, because if you don't know, I do real estate also for a living, and so I do have a showing that I need to do at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We may not be taking the kayak out tomorrow, but we are gonna have a fishing video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Next weekend, we are gonna take this baby out, weather permitted, and we're gonna put this thing to the test. I can already see, like, the functionality with or without water it's doing exactly what I want it to do, so I'm very happy about that. So, guys, thank you for watching. That's how you do it. Low budget. Anybody who wants to have an anchoring system on a kayak, this is not a fishing kayak, so I get blown all over the place. So a proper anchoring system makes my life a lot easier. We just pulled that off. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It means everything for me if you like the video, share, subscribe. A lot of videos coming soon. A lot of good, great videos coming soon. We're going down south. Live your life. Live your truth. Go have fun.